A lot of people thought the legal pressure around Nnamdi Kanu was beginning to close in completely. But now, the conversation has changed again, and the courtroom tension is rising fast. Fresh legal moves linked to Kanu's team are drawing serious attention across Nigeria, especially after reports emerged that a major challenge against his continued prosecution and previous rulings is being pushed aggressively through the courts. And from Abuja to parts of the southeast, and even political circles in the north, many Nigerians are asking the same question. Is this case entering another dramatic phase that could reshape everything people thought they knew about it? What makes this latest development even more interesting is the scale of the legal arguments reportedly being presented. According to multiple reports and court discussions, Kanu's legal team is said to be challenging key parts of the case on more than 20 different grounds, arguing that several constitutional and procedural issues were ignored over time. Whether those arguments will succeed is something only the courts can decide. But one thing is already clear. This matter is far from over, and the legal battle is becoming even more intense than before. Before we continue, if you enjoy detailed Nigerian political and legal updates like this, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others following the story closely. And most importantly, drop your thoughts in the comments, because this is one issue that continues to divide opinions across the country. Now, to understand why this latest twist is getting attention, it's important to look at how the case reached this point. Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, widely known as IPOB, has remained one of the most controversial political figures in Nigeria for years. Supporters see him as someone fighting for self-determination and political recognition, while critics accuse him of fueling division and instability. The Nigerian government, on the other hand, has consistently maintained that its actions are based on national security concerns and the enforcement of the law. The legal history surrounding Kanu has been long, complicated, and filled with dramatic turns. Many Nigerians still remember when he first faced charges years ago, before leaving the country after military operations in parts of the southeast increased tensions. Later, his rearrest and return to Nigeria created another major wave of political and legal debate. Since then, court appearances, adjournments, appeals, and disagreements between the defense team and federal authorities have continued almost non-stop. Now, according to recent legal filings being discussed publicly, Kanu's team is reportedly pushing back strongly against aspects of the prosecution by raising numerous legal objections. Some reports indicate that the challenge includes arguments related to constitutional rights, due process, jurisdiction, detention procedures, and questions surrounding earlier court decisions connected to the matter. Legal analysts following the case say the number of issues being challenged shows that the defense is attempting a broad legal strategy instead of focusing on only one technical argument. And this is where things begin to get even more politically sensitive. Because whenever the Kanu case returns to public discussion, it quickly moves beyond just law. It becomes a national conversation involving politics, regional tensions, security concerns, freedom of expression, and Nigeria's unity as a country. That is why every court session linked to this matter often attracts attention from supporters, critics, activists, political observers, and ordinary citizens trying to understand where the country is heading. Some legal observers believe the latest arguments may test how Nigerian courts interpret constitutional protections in politically sensitive cases. Others believe the government will continue defending its position strongly, insisting that national security issues must remain a priority. In the middle of all this are millions of Nigerians watching carefully, wondering whether the legal process will eventually calm tensions or deepen existing divisions. Another major reason this latest development is trending is because of reports connecting discussions from Sokoto and Abuja political circles to wider national reactions. While details remain unclear in some areas, conversations around the North's political response to the issue have reportedly increased in recent days. Some analysts say this reflects how national the Kanu debate has become. It is no longer viewed only as a Southeast issue. Politicians, religious leaders, youth groups, and civil society voices across different regions now weigh in whenever major developments happen. At the same time, supporters of Kanu continue insisting that he deserves what they describe as a fair and transparent legal process. Many of them argue that prolonged legal uncertainty has worsened tensions instead of solving problems. Critics disagree sharply, saying security concerns linked to separatist agitation cannot simply be ignored. And this sharp divide explains why almost every court update connected to Kanu quickly dominates headlines and social media discussions. Interestingly, several senior lawyers and constitutional experts have also commented on the broader implications of the case over the years. Some believe the matter could eventually shape future legal interpretations involving extradition issues, citizenship rights, and the powers of the federal government in handling national security cases. Others warn against turning the courts into political battlefields where public emotion overshadows legal reasoning. For ordinary Nigerians, however, many people are simply tired of the endless cycle of tension and uncertainty. Across markets, campuses, business centers, and online platforms, citizens continue debating whether prolonged political conflicts are distracting attention from pressing economic challenges facing the country. Inflation, fuel costs, insecurity, unemployment, and rising hardship remain top concerns for millions of families. Yet, major political and legal controversies continue competing for national attention. Still, the Kanu matter refuses to disappear from public discourse because it touches deep emotions and historical issues that have existed for decades. Even among people who do not support separatist movements, there are ongoing debates about inclusion, governance, fairness, and how national unity should be managed in a multi-ethnic country like Nigeria. One thing that also keeps drawing attention is the language being used around the latest legal challenge. Some supporters describe it as a major counterattack against what they see as unfair prosecution, while government supporters argue that no individual should be above the law, regardless of popularity or political symbolism. The strong emotions on both sides mean every legal step is interpreted politically almost immediately. Meanwhile, courtroom proceedings themselves remain extremely important because public commentary alone cannot determine the final outcome. Nigeria's judicial system will ultimately decide how far these legal arguments can go and whether any part of the case will change significantly because of them. That is why many analysts are urging Nigerians to focus more on verified court information rather than social media rumors or emotionally charged claims circulating online. Another important factor is international attention. Over the years, international human rights groups, diaspora organizations, and foreign observers have occasionally commented on aspects of the case, especially regarding detention conditions, fair trial standards, and political freedoms. Although Nigeria maintains that the matter is an internal legal issue, outside interest has sometimes increased pressure for transparency and adherence to legal procedures. And while supporters often celebrate every legal victory as proof that the case is weakening, legal experts caution that court battles of this magnitude rarely move in a straight line. One ruling can favor the defense today, and another decision later can completely change the direction again. That unpredictability is part of why this story continues to capture national attention. There is also the issue of public trust in institutions. For many Nigerians, cases like this become symbolic tests of whether institutions can operate independently under pressure. Some citizens want to see the courts prove that justice can be handled professionally without political interference. Others fear that political interests from different sides may continue influencing public perception regardless of what the judiciary decides. As discussions continue, many people are also paying attention to how political leaders respond publicly. So far, reactions have varied. Some leaders avoid commenting directly, likely because of the sensitivity of the issue. Others have called for dialogue, reconciliation, and peaceful engagement instead of escalating rhetoric. There are also voices demanding stricter enforcement of federal authority. All these competing perspectives show how complicated the situation remains. And honestly, beyond politics and courtrooms, many Nigerians simply hope for stability. Whether people support Kanu or oppose him, there is widespread concern about tensions spreading further or affecting ordinary citizens trying to go about their daily lives peacefully. That is why responsible public discussion is important, especially online, where misinformation can spread very quickly. By now, one thing is undeniable. The legal fight surrounding Nnamdi Kanu is entering another serious phase, and the outcome could have wider implications beyond one individual. The latest legal challenge, reportedly involving multiple grounds of argument, has already reignited debates across the country about law, politics, rights, security, and national unity. And as the Abuja legal scene continues heating up, Nigerians will be watching closely to see what happens next inside the courtroom, not just on social media. Because in the end, public opinion may shape conversations, but it is the legal process that will determine the official direction of the case. If you followed this story from the beginning, you already know this matter rarely stays quiet for long. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share this video with others who want balanced updates without unnecessary exaggeration. And tell us in the comments, do you think this latest legal challenge could significantly change the direction of the case? Or do you believe the legal battle will continue for much longer? Stay informed, stay calm, and we'll continue bringing you important updates as events unfold.